I have to say that the crowd is different. Like it's faces that I'm not necessarily used to. There's new faces every year. I was here about a year ago, and I have to say that the audience is wider. The audience is there's a lot of new names.
Well, thanks, Dario, for joining us. We're really excited to have you as part of the panel, and it's also part of the Africa Fintech Summit. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself as well as your company, Briter Bridges?
Sure. Thank you for having me. So my company is called Briter Bridges. It actually started as a magazine now almost half a decade ago, 5 years ago. And the mission for us was to create a stock of data that would allow people, private and public organizations to access the continent, especially starting from Africa, but then expanding towards other emerging markets. And we've now been on a happy marriage with the Africa Fintech Summit for a few years. And we tend to travel either like Southern Africa or to the US annually for these events.
Great. And what were you expecting at the summit today? Any particular panel session that you're looking forward to?
Sure, I really like the fact that this summit is based in DC because it tends to offer a different perspective, especially when it comes to the presence of the public sector and the presence of American investors. Because obviously American investors have been playing a very key role in growth stage investment, especially across the continent. They are one of the drivers of late stage investments. And the fact that this conference is taking place here allows many of the organizations that usually do not travel to take part in this. And I have to say, every year it tends to be more and more diverse. So it's something I really like. Yeah.
And also, for any aspiring investor that wants to tap into the market within the African continent, do you have any pieces of advice for people who don't know how to start, but any resources or tools that you would recommend for them to tap into?
Sure, I really think investment shouldn't be taken as a one-size-fits-all activity. It's very important to get to know who you're getting in bed with, really, when it comes to deploying capital in a new region, into new business models. It's very important to really test the waters. So a lot of investors recently have actually been joining the crowd flying into the continent. It's something that I see as a positive trend. It's not always happened, and also it still doesn't happen at scale or in the numbers that we need to see.
And how have the networking opportunities been so far here at the summit for you?
It's great. So as I said, I think one of the good aspects of this is that the crowd is a bit different. Usually being based across London or Nairobi, I have to say that the crowd is different. Like it's faces that I'm not necessarily used to. There's new faces every year. I was here about a year ago, and I have to say that the audience is wider. The audience is there's a lot of new names. Yeah.
Great. And lastly, what has been your favorite part of the summit? It seems like you're a returning member, so we'd love to hear about what's been your favorite part about it.
Sure. So we've been partnering with the organization for a few years now. So we're a data and insight partner, and obviously I do like the cocktail at the Washington Hotel. It's a great view for a new starter in town. But really I appreciate the fact that there's a focus on a specific sector. It's a sector that's been driving a lot of also sales at Briter. So it's been, from a strategic monetary perspective, it's been a good crowd to hang out with. And then from a perspective of, as I said, audience is different names. So I'm happy.
Thank you so much, Dario, for joining us. We're looking forward to your panel discussion and looking forward to you being a part of the summit again.
Thanks. Cheers.